Today we're going to talk about handler movement out of a horizontal stack after a throw to a downfielder. If handlers move early and intelligently, they can open up early options for themselves to get good cutting lanes and be reliably available when the handlers are needed to be dump options. The goal for handlers is to make their decision as early as possible. Pick a good place to go on the field and get there by hustling and moving early rather than blazing speed. And this will allow your handlers to look up and see the field a bit more than just running around crazed. Handlers can do this by initially choosing an open option. Sometimes the earliest open thing is moving for a give-go or a dishy move. If it's not there, handlers should get wide of the thrower to allow throwing space. This will set them up for attack angles and attack points that allow them to go both upfield and back. Communication between handlers is essential. As that initial move is being started by one handler, they can tell the other handler where they're going. And this will allow you to spread the field correctly or at least react to spreading problems.
In a horizontal stack, we need our handlers to clear even wider. So here, as we throw upfield, our handlers are going to get around, and one of our two wide handlers is going to have to move downfield. If we can communicate that, we can get one handler downfield and continue to have a three-person shape. Again, handlers clear wide and active. In 3, 2, 1. Good. And freeze it. So if we get the disc back to the middle of the field, we have our handlers now here, there, and downfield. If Robbie can't throw this throw upfield, he might throw to Tiffany coming back, and we might swing it. Now freeze it there. Now as Robbie clears, that's good, Justin is finding his way back into the handler set. There's never one exact right time to get back into the handler set, but when you find your opportunity, that's when you make the one to clear back. Ready? All right, handlers, clear and work your way back into the set. In 3, 2, 1. And freeze it, and we're back to our handler set because we cleared and worked our way back. Okay, let's attack downfield, move our handlers, and see if we can work our handlers back into form. In 3, 2, 1. And freeze it. Now, Tiffany has to make decisions as this handler on where there's space. If the cut comes too far to the sideline, she may have to clear and allow other handlers to have lines. Good, clear out. Good, good. Nicely done. Excellent. In 3, 2, 1. If we attack, especially the break side, our handlers need to make space. And one way you can do that is by getting wide away from the disc. So you get a run, it's going to allow you to attack your defender more, and it makes space for the downfield players to use their solid middle positioning. In 3, 2, 1. Good. Good. Handlers clear. Good. Handlers get wide. Good. Nicely done. In a vertical stack, we want our handlers to quickly cycle to the next position. So Tiffany, Khalif, and Eric are our handlers near the front of the stack. And if we make a downfield throw, they're going to run to the next position. We would like the original thrower not to go to the dump again, because that way his defender has to go to different places on the field. Okay, we're going to start with a downfield cut and then move. There's no one right position, but find a good spot in that triangle. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Good. Handlers moving, handlers moving. Good. And handlers are in our spot. Freeze it there. Now we have a triangle set up before our thrower needs that triangle. if we were to go dump here, let's go dump, and Khalif can look for a swing, freeze it there. Now, Eric, you were a handler to start. You're gonna get to the front of the stack. Tiffany, get to your position. And now we've reset our triangle very quickly where Eric has come back into a handler position. Let's do that all the way from the top. Handlers, hustle your position. Ready? Here we go.
So 1, 2, 3,
Good.
4, 5.
Good. And Nina, you can attack from there. And if we get this throw, handlers move to spots. Good. And freeze it. Tiffany, that's perfect. Again, we have a triangle set up and our handlers are ready to move. That's excellent. Let's go back to the start. Even if we throw a break side throw, our handlers still hustle to their spots so we can get early handler offense. Let's try that. Let's get a cutter to the downfield break side and go. If we can get this break throw off, handlers hustle the spots. Good, freeze it there. Now we've got another triangle set up. Khalif, you might even be a little bit closer. And that sets us up for another downfield cut from Nina. Nina, ready, go. And freeze it right there. Now you can see Jake's eyes. Jake's thinking about this poach. Because Khalif is close enough, Jake, if you poach a step, it's a big break angle. Good. This early handler offense doesn't happen unless your handlers hustle to their positions and find that triangle early. You'll find that if your team is struggling late in possessions, it may be because your handlers are taking their time getting to their positions and we're having to wait for them and we can't beat poaches. Excellent.
You'll know you're doing this right if your handlers are not out of breath at the end of a point. Typically, handlers can move much more slowly if they move early, whereas if they move late, they're going to have to sprint to get to position. If you find that you're out of breath and you've been sprinting the entire point, you're probably not anticipating these movements well. You'll also know that you're doing this right if your downfield cutters with the disc have throwing lanes available. If they're pinched off or they're always fighting to throw through handler defenders, it means that you haven't gotten wide enough and created the space that you need. You'll know that you're getting to the right positions early enough if your handlers are able to catch even stall 2 or 3 flat throws when poached. That will tell you that your handlers are getting to position and able to pick their head up and look at the field rather than just running.